What's up, guys? I'm starting with a new series. This is essentially for those UX designers and UI designers and probably interaction designers, people looking to do some basic animations. I'm going to be teaching you some of the cool animations that I've seen on Dribble, on Behance, on various of these inspiration sites. Most of them simply upload their animations, but it makes us wonder if we can do this and how difficult is it. Do we really need to jump into After Effects to do it? So yeah, I'm here to tell you that you don't need to go into After Effects. Adobe XD's auto animate feature is one really cool option that you can use to simply do animations, and some of them might seem very complex, but when we break it down very well, it's doable on XD. So before we get into some complex animations, I'm gonna actually go through some very basics of uh, interactions on Adobe XD and how you can do it, so that once we go into complex, easier for you to understand how they are broken down. So yeah, let's get started. So we have some of the properties, say translate, fading, changing color, rotation, expand, morphing, and understanding layers. These are some of the basic properties which will more or less sum up how you can do those complex interactions. Now, I'll just give you an idea of what I mean by these complex interactions before I get into the basics. So, if you look at these, this is something what we can expect to do in our future videos. And this one is the final interaction that we're gonna make in our very first video. So yeah, I'm super excited for the complex interaction video. Actually, it's not that complex, but I thought when I was making this, when I was making a video for this one, which is by the way ready, actually it occurred to me that it's important for me to create a video which explains you the basics of interactions before we get into something like this. And I'll tell you how to break this down later on. Now let's get into the basic properties. So starting with the first property of translate. Translating is essentially moving an object, a text, a square from one side or one place to the other. So what we're going to do is, in all our animations, we're going to simply copy the artboard and paste it, or we could simply alt drag it and yeah, create new artboard. So these two are just exact copies of each other. Let's look at one as our starting point and we look at the other one as our ending point. Cool. And I want the square to start from the left and go to the right while we do the animation. So our starting point will have the square on the left, and our ending point will have the square on the right. Simply go to prototype mode, choose the trigger, like what do you want to click what do you want to click to start the animation. Now what I want to do is I want to click the square to start the animation. So I'm gonna tap on the square. You see this small arrow, drag it to the next artboard. And there are some properties that you have to set over here. For most part of this video and for future videos, we're going to mostly use the auto animate feature that you can see over here. So within action, within type, we have auto animate. So we're going to always use this auto animate feature, and we're going to use the trigger as tap. Right now, I want to tap on that square so the square starts moving from left to right hand side. So I'm going to tap on that square. The easing, there's a couple of easing options. I'm currently going to keep it on ease out, and probably we can discuss the various easing options on another video if you really want them. Just comment down in the video. And the duration for now, we're going to keep it 0.6 seconds, and we are gonna actually, let's make it 0.8 seconds, and we're going to use this same duration throughout all the interactions that I'm going to explain right now. So yeah, we connected this square to this page, and now let's connect this square to this page. Now notice all the settings that we had already done in the first interaction are similar, are just copied right away to the next interaction. They are saved in Adobe XD. So no matter how many times you drag and create a new interaction, it will always maintain and save your preferences over here. So let's look at the how this actually looks. It's we're done. It's as simple as that. Let's go to desktop preview. You can also use Control Enter for this shortcut, Now let's tap on the square. So if you see, none of this area is clickable. Only this, only this square area is clickable, where we uh, have made the trigger and where we have placed our interaction. So let's tap on this. It goes from left to right, and it goes from right to left. So we're done with translate. As simple as that. Let's go to fading. I'm gonna make it quicker now this time. I copied the artboard. What I wanna do is the square should fade from 0 to 100%. So I'm gonna make this 0%, and over here, as you can see, it's on 100%. So as you can imagine, um, it's gonna simply start from. I'm gonna now connect them. It's gonna start from 0, and it's gonna appear, and it's gonna disappear because I've connected back and forth. That's simply fading. Now changing color. There are a couple of ways to do this, wrong and right ways. I'll tell you what's the wrong way first. So you might think it's as easy as, okay, this is a blue color, I copied the artboard, let's make it yellow or orange for that matter. Let's make it orange and done. Yeah, it should be as easy as that, right? Let's connect them and let's see how it works. Nope, it doesn't work. It's just like it's flashing blue, orange, blue, orange. We don't want it to happen. We want it to seamlessly merge from blue to orange, or seamlessly go from orange to blue. Now, how do we do that? Let's delete this. We don't want that. Now, on this first artboard, we have this square, which is blue in color. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to copy and paste. Now we have two blue squares on top of each other. I'm going to make one of them yellow or orange, whatever you want. So we have two of them, a blue and a yellow one. Copy the artboard here. As you can see, a blue and yellow one. Let's get them back on top. And by using the fading property that I just showed you, what we're going to do is make the opacity for the yellow one 0. The shortcut is just use your number keys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you use your number keys, the opacity will change. 00 is for 0%, so we're going to go on 0%. As you can see, we have a yellow square over here on top, which is 0%, and we have a yellow square is 100%. Connect them and we're done. So as you can imagine, the yellow square is slowly fading into 0, or slowly fading into 100% while we click on this, and the duration is 0.8 seconds. So in the duration of 0.8 seconds, this square turns into yellow and blue. Pretty easy, huh? Let's look at the rotation property. What I want to happen is, I want this square to rotate somehow. So over here, if you can see, the square rotation is 0. Let's make the rotation 135. Yeah, 135 sounds cool. Let's make it 135, and yeah, I forgot to connect them. Let's connect them. Done. See, this is simply how we can rotate them. Let's look at expand. In the expand property, what I want to happen is, the square currently is at, say, 236. Doesn't matter what it is. I just want it to expand somehow. So I went to the other artboard, expanded the size or increased the size. I'm going to connect them to each other, and we're done. See, it's cool. What's even cooler is that you might have seen these kind of things which fill the whole page when you tap on it. You can do something like that. You see, this is also as easy as just one tap. Let's lastly look at the morphing property. So in this, what I want this square to do is, on click, it should turn into a circle. So you might already know there is this rounding edges property. Radius of, you can change the radius of the square. So you can simply do this by dragging the corners, or you can change the figure over here as you want. So as you can see, I changed it from 0 radius to 150 or 160 radius, and you can imagine what will happen. It's actually very cool how uh, Adobe XD simply auto animates and fills the frame in between the two of the starting and ending points. So there's actually an even cooler property that you can do, which is, I'll show you in a moment. Let's delete this square for now. Let's start with a triangle. So if you can see, this tool is called a polygon tool. I'm gonna make a polygon over here. Let's give it this same blue color, and let's now duplicate the artboard and change the, if you can see over here, we have the sides. How many edges does it have? So we're gonna make it 5 edges for now. You can see it's a pentagon, and we're gonna make it a star, which is even cooler, by simply dragging the, you know, dragging this corner over here. Let's now prototype them, and we're done. You see, now it might seem a little bit awkward to you at this point, but I'll tell you how to fix this. Let's rotate this, and that'll solve your problem, trust me. See, now it looks like it's merging, turning from a triangle to a star in a much smoother manner. Okay, we're done with morphing. And the last thing, it's not a property essentially, but it's something that you have to take care. You have to always be sure that your layers are placed very well. So let's delete the next artboard for now. Say I have two rectangles. Let's make it black and blue. I have two rectangles. I actually want to make it slightly lesser black, because just OCD, sorry. So we have these two rectangles, one on top of the other. I come here. Now say you are trying to animate both of them with two different properties or stuff. So I'm gonna make this rectangle turn from a circle to square. Sorry, I'm gonna make this circle turn into a square, and I'm gonna kind of rotate this square over here. Let's look at what happens when I click on them. See, they work very well. Now I'll tell you when they won't actually work very well is right now. If you can see, our layers are placed exactly one on top of the other. So the brighter blue is below the darker blue, and over here it's the same. It's placed in the same manner. What happens when this comes over this accidentally? For example, if you have similar text, if you have two text layers in two different areas, say it's like this. Right now I'm just explaining you by keeping them on top of each other, so you understand what's wrong, what goes wrong when something like this happens. Look at it carefully. Towards the end there is this small flicker, which makes those shapes change their positions. This is something you will 100% notice when you're actually making complex interactions, and it'll fuck your mind when you won't be able to identify why something like this is happening. So always make sure your layers are placed in the correct manner. If the blue is below this, it should always be below this, so they always move in a smooth manner. Yeah, so that's done for the first video. I've already made the content for the second video, and by the time you watch this video, by the time you complete watching this video, the next one would be uploaded, and you can directly jump into the next one. So yeah, stay tuned, and put it down in the comments if you want to learn something, if you found this video difficult or easy, if you want me to slow down or make it quicker. And yeah, we can definitely adjust the speed and adjust the flow of the video according to how you like it, because the idea is to teach you how to do it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next video.